1 year and 2 months. That is how long the finals has been out since release in December 2023. And since then, we've seen a lot of tips, tricks, abilities, and busted strategies come, and for some, disappear into oblivion by the almighty nerf hammer. And truth be told, some of these were highly warranted, and others will not be missed. And in this video, we'll be taking a trip down memory lane to revisit some of the most broken things in the history of the finals. So, without further ado, let's get into it. In no particular order, starting with the most broken thing from Season 1, Recon Sensors. It was the equivalent of having Widowmaker's ultimate from Overwatch at any time. And in a game that requires information to be remotely successful, Recon Sensors practically gave you the ability to determine player spawns from across the map.
Yep.
Did you pray today?
Coming upstairs, One's done. 2 done. Oh, assisted.
And after weeks and months of various attempts to balance Recon Sensors, it proved very difficult for even the devs, and it was eventually removed from the game. Currently in Season 5, we have Proxy Sensor and Sonar Grenades, but they are but a shadow of what Recon Sensors was in Season 1. Next up, we have every Heavy's favorite gadget, the RPG. And for good reason. Specifically against the Light class. Back in the day, it was Heavy sees Light, equip RPG, Light goes. And as a Heavy main myself, I might have indulged in such frivolities.
Awkward moment for the jet setters.
And for a time, it was fun to disintegrate Lights into oblivion. But the question is, was it balanced? Due to its broken states, Light mains were moving on and quitting the game. Currently in Season 5, it's quite decently balanced, but the scars it left in the minds of Light mains will forever echo through eternity. Coming up in number 3 was the Light mains counter to Heavy's RPG, the stun gun. Currently, when stunned, you're still able to use your weapons and move to a certain extent, but in Season 1, it was practically a free kill for the Light class. Especially against Heavy, as you were stunned in place, the hope that your opponent was a very bad shot, or your teammates would come to the rescue and save you from the wrath of the Light main. And when going up against a coordinated team, all it took was 1 stun, and for the whole squad to execute a team fire. The debate to nerf it even more now is still ongoing, but nothing beats the menace that was the stun gun in Season 1. Next up, defibs. Some might say it was never broken to begin with, and others might say different, but we can agree on one thing. The defibs in Season 5 is, well, junk, as it leaves you in a vulnerable state with all your gadgets on cooldown. But back in Season 1, it was an instant res, with all your gadgets up and ready to go like a let me at 'em kind of situation. As long as the cooldown is fair and manageable. This is one of those things from Season 1 that I think should be reverted to its former glory and state. Whether you disagree or agree, let me know what you think in the comments down below. SA1216 for Heavy, FCAR for Medium, XP54 for Light. You guys see where I'm going with this, don't you? The broken guns of Season 1. These weaponry were the epitome of busted, and if you weren't running at least one of these, you were seen to be throwing the game. For Heavy, the SA1216 is still considered the best among many, but in Season 1 it was an absolute shredder, even after receiving a couple of nerfs. For Medium, the FCAR did tremendous damage, rewarded you for stellar aim, and was an absolute beam machine. In Season 5, the Pike is currently king of the hill, but the Season 1 FCAR was brutal.
You gotta be kidding me.
I wish I was. So was the XP54 for Light, as Light mains never left home without it. Coupled with the fact that it had a sight attached, it was a must-use in Season 1. each of these guns had a close runner-up, but nothing beat the top 3 broken guns of Season 1. Give me 2 of everything is what I like to call the explosive meta that was in Season 1, where utilities such as C4s, grenades, mines, breach charge, etc. had 2 charges of each and can be used at the same time or at intervals. Talk about overkill. Back then, 2 mines or C4s were placed on cash-outs, opponent statues, to catch players who were caught slipping and explode them into a pile of coins. Let's be honest, most of us fell for that.
Mind the mine. Setting a mine. Deploying a surprise.
Oh, goodness.
The only util that survived the somewhat nerfs to 1 charge is pyro mines and breach charge. Yes, with the recent patch, the grenades have been reduced to 1 charge. Rest in peace, the almighty grenade. You probably saw this coming a mile away. With the give me 2 of everything meta running amok in Season 1, it gave birth to the ICBM, the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, aka the nuke, where 2 C4s, explosive mines, etc. were attached to any barrel on the map, and with the yeeting power of all the classes, especially heavy, was tossed towards a full team and, no pun intended, did explosive damage, and in some cases executed a team wipe. Truth be told, Embark had it in mind, as you could see the nuke displayed in all its glory in most of the trailers, and we were all perpetrators and victims of the nuke to some extent. It did receive a nerf to where only the red barrel combined with C4s or mines, etc. was still able to travel good distance to execute the nuke, but at some point down the line it got completely removed. Here's hoping that in the near future, Embark will release a Season 1 LTM so we OGs can relive the nostalgia and new players to the finals to experience the chaos that was Season 1. The most broken things in the history of the finals. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, your gaming craftsman is out.